Good morning, D-Man. A few moments ago, I just realized that the last 2 years on 9/11, I hosted a space just in case somebody needed to talk about, um, memories or whatever, just needed some filler in their day of time today. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start this space and I'm just going to let it run while I do some stuff. And if folks come in and want to chat, they can, or just sit quietly and peacefully.
Hey Sherry, good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. I just messaged you on the DM. Yeah, I'm happy to be up here and contribute best I can. Um, I'll be heading to my mom's and to visit her and within the hour and just kind of getting ready at the same time. So um,
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm just had some Dunkin' Donuts dropped off, and it just popped in my head that you know what? Every year I've hosted a space. Maybe I need to start one because we've had some very productive spaces. When I've done this, it's been very helpful to some, and it is what it is. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't say we probably should take a moment for Charlie Kirk and his family and that tragedy that came out of Utah yesterday. May God have mercy on his soul.
absolutely. Last night, I think Asimov had called for a moment of silence, and I was, in the back channels again, doing some stuff in Discord and reading, and didn't quite hear it, and yeah, I might have disrupted that silence. I'm not sure how it went down, but reading sometimes, my ears get tuning out what I'm hearing and focus, and I just like to offer an apology out about
Well, and
that.
I'm going to tell you that I knew right away when you started to say something, I was like, he did not hear Asimov. So anybody that's ever been in spaces knows the glitches of spaces. And I would hope that nobody was upset by that because to me, it was just a glitch of spaces. It was very obvious that you did not hear what he said. Um, and I just kind of blew it off because I was like, I know he didn't hear what, because I know you would never do that on purpose. So I hope you haven't had any backlash because I certainly didn't think anything of it other than, oh, it's a glitch. He didn't hear Isaac. So I
Yeah,
hope
it
nobody
was.
was mad.
Yeah, it could. I'm not sure if it was a glitch, but sometimes I just don't hear anything, and
Right.
maybe I came back to no noise in the space and thought I better get on the mic and say something, and just really bad timing for to do.
Well, yeah. And it was
All of that.
unfortunate, right? And
Yeah,
for sure. And honestly, that's why I didn't come up and say anything. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let the moment go by because I know you weren't trying to be disrespectful or ignore what Isaac said, that it was just you didn't hear him. I mean, it was very obvious you didn't hear him. So I hope nobody was upset by that for sure.
yeah, myself included. I didn't even know about it until after the space, and I was able to read he had texted me, and I didn't see that either. It was just I don't.
Don't take
Hard to say,
look, don't be
but
so hard on yourself. Honestly,
yeah.
don't be so hard on yourself. It's not like you purposely did it, right? To be an asshole.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
there's no way, no way I would ever
exactly. So,
let
I mean,
you
it was just,
ever.
it's just a slip up in the fact that you didn't hear him. And, nobody can be upset with you for not hearing him. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
and I did not receive any backlash. I just
good.
thought I'd put it out there to
Well,
stuff
I'm
like
glad you
that.
did. I'm glad you did. And for me, but I've been in spaces long enough to know, and I can read pretty well when somebody can't hear someone else. And it was so obvious. I was like, he didn't hear him. He did not hear him. God bless us.
Okay.
I mean, it is what it
Yeah.
is. It'd be
Did was there
different if
any
you're no.
silence at all, or did I kind of jump in right at the wrong time? I have no clue. I didn't listen to.
I would say it was probably 5 seconds.
Okay. Okay.
I would say it was probably 5 seconds, but it was very obvious. I mean, it
Yeah.
was really obvious that you did not hear him.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't beat myself up about it, I guess is my point.
All right. I'll give myself a break on that one.
Absolutely. It would be different if you're a known asshole and we would all be like, geez, he's still being an asshole. Look at him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's not it.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. We know.
Yeah. Just
We
very,
know.
very unfortunate and very horrible like, thing to happen.
It
Um,
is. Definitely was unfortunate, but guess what? Things happen. It's accidents happen. And,
yeah.
that's what it was.
I'm referring to the whole.
Oh, Charlie thing.
Yeah, and
Oh,
some people go. A lot of people are nowadays are going way too far with things. Um, just
crazy.
it's. I don't know what is going on that people are that taking things to that extreme. But yeah, it's something.
I'm going to tell you, this has really hit me like to my core. Like, I really had a hard time with this last night. I really did. And this morning, even. And, this was a peaceful man. You may not, or somebody may not have liked what he was saying or what he stood for. That's fine. I don't like what some people stand for, but I'm not going to go out and do this to them. I just stay away from them. Like, they can have their opinion, I have mine, and we could all live happily ever after. But, and you have to say that the media, social media has an effect on these people. And, you
Yeah,
know,
a lot
the
to it.
the more I think about it, and I saw a TikTok this morning that somebody actually got film of the guy running away. Did you see that clip?
No, I have not seen anything yet.
Okay, so there was a TikTok that somebody is filming and says on the TikTok film, there was a shooting, and I think they said something to the effect like the gunfire came from this direction, and they pan over and there's a guy like running what looks like the from the front of a building, like where the doors would be. And as he's like not, I wouldn't say a full pledged run, but really fast walking, almost running. And as he is, he's like stripping his jacket off, like, and whatever else he had. The film is kind of blurry, but there's no doubt he has to be the shooter. He had to be the shooter, but he didn't have a gun in his hand, so he must have dumped the gun on the roof or whatever. I don't even know, but I can't believe they haven't caught the guy. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, and that where the crowd was, where everything was, it was probably the worst possible scenario. Like for
And
that to happen.
it's like too precision. Like, when you really stop to think about it, Charlie was wearing a chest protector, a bulletproof vest or whatever. Um, and the shooter knew that it had to be a headshot, right? Or wasn't gonna do anything, so to speak. So, you know, there's so much when I think about it that it's to me was so planned out. Like, why wasn't there again? Like when Trump got shot, there was no security on the roof where the gun, the gunman was. Same case scenario here. There was no, nothing on those rooftops around where he was speaking. And how did that person know where he was going to be? And I mean, there's just so much to it that, it's so what, the plan was the plan. And there was a plan.
Yeah, and all those poor people are just, I mean, uh, very like in the open for something like that, and can't imagine what everybody went through.
It's, yeah, so scary. Hey, Avi, good morning.
Yo, what's up, Sherry? You ready for some football? Okay, well, it sounds like you're on a different subject.
Well, we could talk about anything you guys want to talk about. I just thought, the last 2 years I've hosted a space on the morning of 9/11. And we've had some great conversations about where people were or how they were feeling in the memory of it. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to just start one this morning just in case somebody needed to talk about it. And, you know,
Yep. By the way, our two biggest picks are against the teams in New York on the week of 9/11. I feel like it's a sinking ship. And I'm just like, I was thinking that yesterday. Like, yo, you don't think they're going to have their best week of the year this year?
well, I'm going to tell you, I changed up. I went to it. I don't know if you saw in the chat.
I'm not in there.
Oh, you got out?
Yeah, I got out on Sunday because I have so many sweats, but it's just a little anxiety provoking for me to be in
Yeah, I
a
got it. I
group
get
chat.
it. Trust me. Um, I changed it to 2111 again. So because I heard the Cowboys have a key player injured with a foot injury, I was like, okay, I can't give them two picks now. And D man, just so you know what we're talking about, we have a group of 40 people that have all pulled their money together to buy five $1,000 circa survivor picks for the NFL season. So
Awesome! Wow.
every week we have 40 people trying to decide what our picks are going to be. Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's fun.
goodness.
It's a lot of fun to do stuff like that. Um, we have one of our own going on, and happened to win my first heads up last week.
Nice.
Yeah, but my poor
Nice.
Bears, man, jeez, I can't say much about them right now because I gotta see that they are who I think they are. I keep saying.
Well, I changed it, Abby, to two for the Cards and then one Buffalo, one the Rams, and one Dallas.
Nice, perfect, well done.
Thanks.
It's so much fun to get involved in those though, and just kind of talk smack and back and forth, and um, in our league we have trades and such, and it gets heated. I mean, the conversations get heated, but it's like fun at the same time. It's respectful, you know. And,
Right. Now, I just want you to understand that it's not a fantasy league, it's a survival league. And so each week we have to pick a team to win or we're out of the contest.
oh, okay, wow, wow,
And you
that's
can only pick each team once.
that's even more. Yeah, I think I've tried that on tried that before, just on like a free entry because I had no clue how it was going to work.
And now we have five entries at $1,000 per entry.
Wow. Yeah. That's some a lot better shot than one or two. You
Yeah, fingers crossed though. Fingers crossed. I mean, it's a long look. It's a long hill, uphill battle in the blizzard of Chicago. Odd
oh,
miles uphill, snowing,
yeah.
blizzard.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll be pulling for you guys. I can't. Like
Thanks.
to hear the updates on that and see where you guys are going.
Oh, trust me, if we keep surviving, you're going to hear all about it because we'll be all chirping about it.
Oh, I'd love to hear it at the end of the season or the end of the. How does it work all the way to the Super Bowl or just end of regular season?
Um, Avi, isn't it just the end of the regular season?
Yeah.
That would make more
Yeah.
sense.
With the but it's not 18 weeks, it's 20 weeks because each holiday day counts as its own separate week.
Oh, I thought it was 16 weeks plus the 2 would make it 18.
It's just each team plays 17
Thank you.
games, not 16 plus there's the bye, so that makes it 18 weeks plus the 2.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Wow, I'm just trying to wrap my head around it.
Well, and then we have some teams that play both Christmas and Thanksgiving, so you have to save some teams for those 2 holiday weeks. So it gets a little tricky. It gets a little tricky when you start, and it's 17 weeks or 18 weeks you're playing for, planning.
Yeah, one wrong move on any given entry.
You're dead.
Yeah, that's over.
You're out. You're absolutely out.
You got Fats on your squad?
No.
I know he's okay. All
No.
right. I haven't heard from Fats for a while, so I don't know what's going. I kind of don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he has gotten swooped back into his old ways with some of the old Spaces hosts. So he's tied up doing his thing with them, and I'm wondering if he has some doctor's appointments right now because he's not even tweeting very often.
Okay, I know he was on the mend and doing a lot better.
Yes.
Prayers for him, and hope he continues to do well there. Yeah.
Now,
I like the guy. He's quite an original character type.
he is a character.
But,
Let me tell you, him
I-
and I have gone around and around in Spaces, but he is a character for sure. We always find a plateau to land on for sure. D-Man, what side of Chicago were you raised in?
The southwest side of Chicago, outside the city, about 20, a little over 20 to somewhere around 20 to 30 miles outside of southwest. But yeah, we're Southside Irish all the way.
I love it. Now, I grew up on, I'm sure you're going to know, 95th and Stony Island is where I, was born on that side of town, Pill Hill. And then my parents moved us out to Lansing, Illinois.
Oh wow, Lansing, not too far from here.
Right.
95th. I had my grandpa lived off 95th near Cicero.
Yeah, that's a little west. That was a little west of us. Yep.
And that's quite a bit west. Yeah, but that's pretty much my tie to 95th Street.
Yep.
But yeah, I love Chicago. Not sure if I'll always be here, but the Bears is something I'll always hold dear. Before I even moved up near Chicago. Who loves the Bears? Abby?
The Bears.
The Bears.
No, I love that. I love that sketch.
The Bears.
Bears.
I'm always throwing that one up. The super fans. Cheers, the Bears.
The Bears. I love it so much. Love it. I would love it more if we could go back to some winning waves. And now that the front office has, God rest her soul, different owner, changes.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will lead to some better decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from what I saw all off season, I was really happy with it. I was like, man, these are, and I still think they are fantastic moves they made. Pickups, trades. Man, and this is coming up on 40 years. That they'll be. This is 40 years ago. They had their Super Bowl team.
Yep.
That won. So, and that was our only one. So 1985 season.
The Shuffling Crew.
Yeah, we did make it there one more time, but and that's when Hester ran the opening
Oh,
kickoff back.
Jesus Christ.
Then that was the end of the game for the Bears.
Oh,
We kind
Jesus
of
Christ.
checked up
You're
there.
making me have to have a drink this morning. I haven't had a drink in years because I just don't drink often.
Yeah, I don't drink either, but holy cow.
Holy shit. Do we have to remember Hessler's run? Oh, yeah.
Oh, we were so happy. We
Oh,
were like, yes, we're gonna take this, and then
oh,
boy,
that was the end of that
it was a
shit.
whooping after that. Yeah, we were
We
all
were all
in
crying.
tears. Yeah,
We
tears in
were
our
all,
ears.
hey, we were all filling up Lake Michigan some more with our tears.
Hey, at least you weren't the Chargers in 1994 or whatever.
What happened during that game?
It was a 56-21 Super Bowl.
Oh,
The Chargers ran into the 49ers that were stacked.
well, I mean, we all have to admit that there was no better beatdown than the Patriots comeback of what 20 points or whatever
Oh
against
my
the
god.
Falcons. Lord of mercy.
Yeah, that was quite a change of
Woo!
that game.
I'm going to tell you, my poor Falcon fan friends. Lord, it took them a week to talk about that game. God bless their little hearts.
Yeah, Sherry, by the way, do you have Prime Video?
No,
God damn it.
sorry. Hey, Karen. Let's say hey to Karen this morning.
Good morning.
How are you, girl?
Good, just getting going. How you guys doing?
Good. I was telling them that the last couple of 911s, I hosted a space in case somebody needed to chat. And I thought, oh, I need to do that this morning, especially on the wake of yesterday. There just may be some people that need to fill some time this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had forgotten today was September 11th. Not that I would ever forget, like I just didn't know what date
Right.
I was on. And then of course with all the Charlie Kirk stuff, I've just been consumed with that footage.
Ooh, you know,
So disturbing, dude.
oh,
Jesus Christ.
God. My son and I were talking about it last night because when he got home, he had not heard the news because he works at an elementary school, so they don't have the news on. And anyway, so when he got home, I was like, "Did you hear?" He's like, "No," and I was like, "You know what? I don't think you should watch the video because it's much like 9/11 and watching those planes going into the buildings. Like it's something that is so ingrained in all of our hearts and souls because it was replayed so many times." That you're never going to get that image gone. And although it's not the same, it is the same effect. And who wants to have, Charlie getting murdered in front of our eyes as an image forever? I told him if I were you, I wouldn't even watch the footage. I don't know if he did or didn't, but it's terrible.
Yeah, I was watching MSNBC where Katie Tur was interviewing someone who was there, and I swear to God, it was like she wasn't there. It was like there was no emotional effect. There was no
Wow.
fear. Like there was nothing. Like it almost felt like the interview was trying to make this person be a little bit more human, and maybe she was just a little too fight or flight at the time to
Maybe she
fully.
was so in shock still, like comprehending what took place.
I think it's got to be that. I mean, I saw one that was very emotional, but yeah, I think people just react so differently, and you can just feel like it's not real, and you're just in shock.
It's honest. It's so much to process. Even thousands of miles away. I'm thousands of miles away, and it's just so much to process. Now, granted, I'm a little bit emotional this week. My kid's a firefighter, and he's a firefighter because direct effect of 9/11 on him when he was in middle school. He became a firefighter, and he's been out west fighting the wildfires and is supposed to come home today. And, so we're always, when he's out in the wildfires, we're nervous as family members, right? That's my kid. I'm always going to be his mom, I worry about him. And so it was really hitting me yesterday. Like the reaction of people. Look, you could hate Charlie Kirk for all I care. I could care less. But to come out and say stuff up on the doorstep of his death is like so incredibly crazy to me. I'll never understand it.
I had a reaction I regret to hearing the news, and just because this person called the Jewish girl, who's a influencer, and I don't know if you know about Jewish, like when you're Orthodox Jewish, you have to dress modestly.
Right.
So she is like an influencer of how to have style and dress modestly. And that's interesting to me. So I follow her, and it was on her account that I saw a Instagram story and a post. We need to come together as a country. Charlie Kirk was just shot. And like when I saw the initial reports, it didn't say killed. It said shot, and
Right.
like I assumed that what that meant was like shot in the leg. Like, he'll be fine, was. And so I wanted to make a joke almost, and I don't even know why. Like, I don't know where that came. I guess it was because it felt like absurd, like the Jewish girl is I don't even know, but yeah, the footage and all of that, just so terrible. And also the South Park angle on this. I mean, I'm trying to figure out who done it and stuff, and now it's like, was some crazed South Park fan the reason for this? And do you know what I'm talking about with the South Park?
I've never watched an episode of South Park
A
ever.
month ago, they spoofed him. 1 month ago, they spoofed him.
Oh,
1 month later, he's dead.
oh. Well, I think it was Morgan Freeman put out a list, tweeted out a list. I'm not sure how long ago it was, of all the people that should no longer be around or should be on this earth or something. And Charlie was on that list. Like it's so like why would you put that list out? Like why would you as a popular actor, why would you put that list out? Like, what are you doing? What do you think is the good in that? Like, that's what you're going to use your platform to say these people, this list of people, there were probably 12, 15 names on the list. What is that? Your hit list? I don't know. I don't know the purpose. I don't understand why. Why would you put this list out there? It's crazy to me. Like, what are we doing? I don't get it. I saw a very prominent poker player on Facebook this morning made this long post about nobody should ever, be killed for their opinion, blah, blah, blah. But don't be distracted by this death. They're just trying to distract you from the real things that are going on in the world. The Russians' invasion of Poland, and she named a couple of things that are in the news right now. The two kids that got shot on campus yesterday, whatever, a couple of things that are in the news currently in this last week she mentioned. And she's like, yeah, you know don't let them call squirrel upon this death because they're trying to distract you from what's going on in the world. Are you fucking kidding me right now? This is your take on this man being murdered in a public forum. This is your take? I fucking removed her as a friend. I don't want to see her bullshit. Like, fuck off. Are you kidding me right now? Back to the political agenda. That's all she could think about. In other words, she's celebrating, in my eyes. It's crazy. People are nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
Forgive me, I'm eating my breakfast.
Yeah, you know where I was when on 9/11?
Do tell.
So I was West Coast. So what time was the plane hitting? Like 9:12 a.m. was the second one.
Right.
So I was up already, as I tend to be. I woke up, I turned on ESPN, and on ESPN, they were showing the smoldering smoke of the first one. And then I think I changed stations to CBS or something. Like, why am I watching the news about New York on ESPN? These people aren't really equipped for the situation as much. Like, and then the ball goes, like not those people to cover this anyway. So I saw the second plane hit live, and it was so surreal.
It was crazy. Like when you're watching that unfold, it's so mind-boggling. Like you think there's so much that goes through your mind. Like it's so crazy.
Yeah, I saw the second one live, on TV. So I was at work, and when after the first one hit, I was in a cubicle back then. I was a programmer, and then somebody near me said, oh my God, this happened, whatever. So then I couldn't even get the footage. I couldn't get on CNN. It's like it just went down. I remember I tried to get on CNN,
Right.
and because so many people were hitting the website. So I couldn't really, it was very difficult to get info. And so somebody at my company there was a TV there in the break room, and we turned it on, and then when we saw the second one, and the whole
It's oh,
I was there most of the day, and then I finally went home because I wasn't doing any work. I mean, nobody was doing any work. We were
right.
just oh my God, just watching the footage and just in shock. Well, yeah, I finally went home. I'm like, well, this is just not good.
At the time I was working in the high school front office, and I was in the counselors area, and we were working on some stuff, and we always had the TV on, the news on in the morning. And I don't even remember who spotted it first. And, we were like, wait, what just happened? Oh my gosh, a terrible accident, right? Because that's what everybody thought when the first plane hit. Oh my goodness, what a horrible accident. And then as we started to talk, of course, you're like, wait, was that an accident? I don't know. Maybe it was, and you're like trying to like conspiracy theory, but you're not really. You're just like trying to think it out. And there were like 4 or 5 of us in there. And sure enough, the second plane hits, and we were all like, oh my God, it's on purpose. Well, then we had kids we had 1,300 kids in the building. As the news got out, we actually had kids in our buildings whose parents are divorced, and mom or dad worked in those buildings. And so they come flying into the office, and we're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And they're like, my dad's in the building, or my auntie's in the building, and we're trying to get a hold of their family members to find out, what's going on. And we're not getting through even to the local family members because, of course, say the mom in this case that lives here in Georgia, she herself is trying to get a hold of dad, right? And it was so fucking insane to try to stay cool for these kids' sake. When you really just want to scream, what the fuck's going on? Like what? And you can't because you've got, a room full of kids, and you've got to be strong for them and try to help them. I'll tell you what, I'd never been so exhausted at work as that day in my entire life. Just so emotional, so sad, of course. And I think it was, I think it was for one of the kids, I want to say it was 2 days before we heard about his dad. And he made it. It's insane.
When I was a kid, my mom had grown up in New York. My grandfather was living there, and just remember, like, the most vivid memory I have from that trip um, was driving around Manhattan, seeing the Twin Towers, feeling like, oh my God, who the fuck possibly built these humongous fucking towers into
Right.
the sky? That, by the way, there were clouds. I couldn't see how tall they actually were.
Right.
And I mean, maybe the clouds made them look taller because I could see so far up and be like, does it just go forever, Dad?
Right. Right. And I don't know if any of you ever watched any of the documentaries after 9/11 where they talk about the buildings and how the buildings were built and why they collapsed so easily. Um, I mean, I watched one of them. Of course, it was 20 years ago or whatever, and um, I just kept thinking, "Oh my God!" That it was like almost an accident waiting to happen. Although they thought they had the best engineering in the world on those buildings, it really it was just like an accident waiting to happen. Now, granted, it had to be the exact perfect accident to make those things collapse, but nevertheless. And I wonder if they use that technology or that type of building anymore in buildings. I would be curious.
And I did see a documentary on that also. I forget, but I think that because the plane crash into the Empire State Building was thought about, but that wasn't a 747 jet. So they had planned for a small scale accident, but um, yeah, they not for that
Yeah,
type of situation. A plane shouldn't be flying that low in lower Manhattan.
right. And it was really more about the steel and the way the steel was put into the building that it just the heat just buckled the steel. Like it got so hot that the steel just how did it failed. The steel failed. And it was quite interesting. And then I want to say they talked about God, this is so long ago. I mean, it's literally 20 years ago that I watched it, but I want to say they said something like if they would have just every maybe so many floors, 10 floors, 15 floors, whatever, did like a thermo or a fireproofing where the steel um, didn't connect or something so that if it happened, it would have stopped at that floor, so to speak. I don't know all the technical terms. But then they also talked about if they did it that way, it would weaken the structure, blah, blah, blah. So you also have to wonder, should we be making buildings that damn tall? Like, I don't know.
And then also, one of them or whatever, like I forget the exact history, but one of them almost went down in the 1994 bombing. That they were very, very, very close.
Mind boggling. Absolutely mind boggling. Whew, Lordy. I think after we're done here, I'm going to probably just stay off social media as much as I can today.
Yo, Sherry, if you do find your way into Prime Video or otherwise getting to the game tonight, should be a really, really good one. Best one of the week.
Listen, I must have spent 30 minutes last night trying to find what was on. There was something. Oh, I was just trying to find a sports channel. And after 30 minutes, I finally got the Cubs game on. That's how long it took me to find the Cubs game. And that was the only sporting event I could find on my TV that has 9 million channels on it. And I promise you, when I have a chance, I'm going to figure it out. And we're either getting rid of Hulu, we're going to go buy an antenna and go back to, an antenna with foil back on it, something. I'm not going to pay for Hulu and don't get any damn sports channels. They can fuck off.
Yeah, I hear that.
Karen, are you streaming today?
Yeah, I'm gonna stream this afternoon sometime. I've gotta do a bunch of other stuff this morning, the emails that I'm doing right now. And yeah, Thursday's my day. I'll stream kind of sometime noon or later, but it's usually later. And then I'll stream into the evening. So Thursday's the only time that I stream evenings.
Okay, I'm going to try to stop in there.
Thank you.
You
I
better
like,
believe it.
huh?
I said, you better believe it.
Hey, I like Thursdays. I don't know why. They have some different tournaments that I like. They're on Thursdays. So that's one of the big reasons. And then I have a couple of friends that also play that stop into my stream. So
Awesome.
so it's kind of fun. I don't get a lot of viewers, but thank you for stopping in.
You bet.
And
Oh,
then Thursdays is nice because like I have this guy, his username's Rookie. We've become pretty friendly. He always stops in and hangs out for a few hours. So yeah, Thursdays is my favorite day to stream.
well, hopefully this will be my first time in your stream where I don't get booted out by the chat pro.
Hey, well, hopefully, but who knows? I got to reach out to John. He's one of our mods. I texted him the other day and I said, John, can you help me out? Because I was looking under, we have these bots,
Right.
and I looked in MoveBot and I looked in Nightbot, and I couldn't find where things were getting modded. And it's funny because my friend Roof comes in and he'll just type in the girls and it gets modded. It's just a
Well,
funny
I was
joke.
like, I honestly went to commercial. Okay. And so I typed in there, I'm in commercial, so that if you were talking to me and I wasn't responding, you would know why. Yeah, that's why I got booted because I put in there. And then it came up with, because you don't donate to or subscribe to their channel, you have to watch the commercials. I was like, fuck you, bot.
I don't know what. So I asked John about it because he set the bots up. And I said, people are typing in, because the animator, my friend the animator,
Right.
loves to type a lot of characters to denote that he's cursing. Okay. And that's really all it is. And he gets modded. He thinks it's funny this, he does it on purpose now. But so I did reach out to John and I said, can you help me? Because my friends are getting modded, auto modded. And he said, oh, maybe it's happening from within Twitch. Well, I had not looked there. I had only looked in the bots. So he said he was going to look, but then I didn't hear back. So he might have fixed it.
It's
I
so
hope he
fun.
fixed it.
I just like, what the fuck? Every time I get booted, I'm like, what the fuck did I say? And then I'm like, wait, what did I type? Did I type something that could have been misconstrued? You know what I mean? By AI. So then I'm feeling guilty because I think I've done something wrong. Then I'm like, no,
No,
I didn't do nothing wrong. It's the bot.
no, the bots are crazy. And then, like I said, Roof May comes in and he'll always type something about the girls because I guess it thinks we're talking about breasts, but
Oh God, how
but
stupid
we're
is that?
but I don't know how it got programmed. I didn't do it, but John may have done it a long time ago because back during the pandemic, we had more people on the stream. It was just more popular then because people didn't have anything to do. And we were getting a lot of spammers with the characters, but I don't know about these other phrases
Okay,
that
so
got
let
what.
me ask you this. If I type the word breasts in there, would I get modded?
Who knows?
Oh, I
But
might have
that's
to
a
test that
probably
out.
not.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
come
test
in and
out the
type.
girls today and see if I get modded. And then I'm going to type in the breasts today and see if it takes it out. Oh my
Definitely the girls, unless he fixed it already.
God. Oh my God. I was like, what the hell? I'm just trying to tell her I'm on commercial break. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, they're gone crazy over there. I need to fix it. I've just been so busy, and I
It's
did look
okay.
around, couldn't find it.
No
But
worries.
yeah,
I was just like, what the hell is going on? I, I've been a bad girl every time I've been in Karen's Twitch. I think I think I'm like 10-0. Oh God, too funny. All right, D man, where were you on 9/11?
Oh boy, I was late to work and about ready to walk into the to clock in. Somebody asked me. I have a background in aviation, so I know a little bit about it. Somebody asked me if a plane flew into a building in New York City, um, uh, would that be accidental? And I says, no, no way. I says there's so much in place that um, in my opinion, no. And then I had no idea what he was talking about. Walked in to clock in, and there's a TV in the break room, and yeah, walked into it, and
Oh,
um, never forget that. Just a feeling of helplessness. Like, what can I
yes.
do? There's nothing I can do. Um, uh, Anything I can do to help. Gas stations had out, collection for funds, and I, you know, uh, put in as much as I could. That was the only thing I could do. Um, yeah, it was very scary, very tragic, and just God, we'll never forget that one.
No, we won't. And it's hard to believe that the people in New York are trying to push a Muslim mayor. And it would be okay if it wasn't a radical, communistic loving guy, socialistic loving guy. I would have, I would not feel this way. But it's hard to believe New York is going to do that. I just have to have faith that they're never going to vote him in.
I need to get more informed. I'm not informed on that at all. I wake up, I check the Discord, I go see who's doing what, and uh,
answering
yeah, I need to get
answering
more informed.
tickets.
Yeah, I got to get to that this morning in the next hour or so. But yeah, um, yeah, I need to see the news more often and know what's going on.
I don't know. You're
Definitely.
probably better off not knowing. Honestly, I don't watch the news unless I'm seeking something specific, like this Charlie Kirk thing. Okay. I haven't turned the news on in weeks, but I was like, okay, let me go see what they're saying on the news, and then I'll turn it on. And I used to be somebody that watched multiple news channels every day. So in the morning, I would watch CNN. Afternoon, I would watch the Fox. And at night, it would be NBC. And then I would rotate them out sometimes. And now I only refer to them if I want to hear more, of the information. Sometimes it's just better off not getting involved with them news media. And it doesn't matter which one it is, they're all full of shit. I mean, let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, it's a bias on all sides.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's terrible. Horrible.
I'm
So,
gonna be heading out in just a minute, and
all
it
right,
might get
pal.
loud, so
Yeah.
probably drop down the listener, but I'll remain in the space.
Thanks, man.
Um, have a good day, Sherry. Thanks for having me up. Karen, good to finally be on stage with you, and Abby as well.
Yeah, nice to talk
Um,
to you.
yeah, nice to meet you, Karen. Nice to meet you, Abby. Uh, Gonna drop down. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks, D man. Appreciate you coming up and keeping me company for sure. Karen, you get all your appointments done this week?
Yeah, I did get through them all.
Good. Good, 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 good. I spent most of yesterday booking stuff. I think I told you that one in my quest to convince you to come to Vegas in December yesterday.
Yeah, I hadn't shut the door on it.
I know. I know. Um, you know, one sure way to get you there is if I won a good lottery ticket.
Yeah, then I'm in. I'm gonna travel the world with you, Sherry.
Somehow there was absolutely no hesitation there. I love it. She's like, I'm in. Me too, girlfriend. Me too. Me too. Well, we're going to head up to Knoxville tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get there before my interview with Lily Newhouse tomorrow. But with traffic on a Friday, I don't know if we're going to get out early enough to avoid the worst of it. But we're going to go up to Knoxville because Georgia plays Tennessee on Saturday.
Are they playing in Knoxville?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And A lot of times we will scalp for tickets when the ticket prices online are ridiculous. And right now, people want $1,000 a ticket for like $100 ticket. We're like, yeah, no. We will go scalp. And if we can't get any, we'll go sit in a bar. Well, friends of ours own, you'll probably see it. College Game Day is going to be at Tennessee tomorrow. So they'll probably highlight the boat we're going to be on because most of the time on game days there, they pick this boat in particular because it is completely decked out as a volunteer boat. And the owner's daughter played tennis with Natalie at Tennessee. So she reached out to me this week and was like, I heard you guys are coming up here. You could stay on the boat. Don't buy tickets. Just stay on the boat and watch the game with us. So we may just do that. But we'll definitely be partying pregame with them.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, it should be fun. They're a lot of fun. Like they are so oh, it's so fun. It's so fun. I just love being on campus. And quite honestly, for me, any campus I've been on football game day has been amazing. Like it's been so fun. Doesn't matter if it's Georgia or Auburn or whatever. It's fun. Love it. Well, I think I'm going to shut the space down, Karen, unless you have something to chat about.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going myself too. I gotta send out a bunch of emails, which is such tedium, but I'm just gonna get it done.
You'll be happy when it's over.
Definitely. It's just I got a little backed up, so I'm gonna do that and then set up for my stream. I still haven't showered.
Well,
I
wish me
do.
luck. I'm going back on the treadmill this morning.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thanks.
Are you restarting like some regular treadmill?
I have been for about the last 3 weeks.
Oh, good.
I've kind of taken it like last week. I did it 4 times because I don't want to injure myself because I have so much weight to get off that I'm like, okay, I don't want to like screw up my knees or twist an ankle. So I've taken it slow, but 20 minutes to 25 minutes. Good start. I'm happy.
That's very good.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Well, good luck.
Thanks.
Enjoy that, and I'm not going to exercise today, but I'm gonna get in there tomorrow.
All right. And just so you know, we'll be at the original Harrah's on Sunday.
The original?
The original.
Wait, where is the original?
The original is in Cherokee.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. We're going to drive there after the game.
Oh, that was the original, like in the whole country, or you're saying?
No, for that tribe.
Oh, for that try for that. Okay. All right. Well, enjoy. I'm
Thanks.
jealous.
Thanks. Well, I was trying to give you a little hint there, my
Oh,
friend.
hey, listen. It might actually. You won't. Now that let's talk for a second. Okay, so here's what's going on. That's very unusual for Sunday for me.
Okay.
Normally, normally I'm online all day ACR,
Right.
but Ben actually needs to stream on Sunday because he's collaborating with Botez on this and some other streamers. And, he was kind of hesitant. I'm like, no, you need to do this.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
he was trying to be respectful, and I think he wasn't sure he wanted to do it. I'm like, no, you need to do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but this is what's good for the stream, and you got to do anything Botez ever asks you to do.
Absolutely.
So she kind of sounds kind of cool. I didn't know this, but she invented or created is the right word, a video game that involves chess, some kind of chess, but it's called I don't know the name, but Clash Royale, or but it's so they met yesterday just so he could look at the game. But there's like explosions, and so it's like a video game with chess somehow.
Okay.
So he's doing that on Sunday from 1 to 3. So that pretty much cuts my day in half.
Darn. Sounds like a non streaming day to me.
So I haven't decided yet. because I know that's what I'm saying. Like, how am I supposed to stream? So I said to him, well, I could maybe stream 9 to 12, but it doesn't really seem worth it because tournaments typically last 5 or 6 hours if you
Right.
do well in them. And so I don't want to just stream part of a tournament. So looks like I'm not streaming Sunday. So now the only problem with if I came to Cherokee is then I missed Showdown.
Yeah, and I'm just going to tell you, Ed has a doctor's appointment on Monday. So originally I thought we were going to drive home Monday, but I think the appointment's at like 11. And, we can't take a chance of him missing that appointment. So I think we would have to leave Sunday at some point, and then we want to stop at Murphy on the way back because we both have free play. So it may not be the right time to try to meet up there.
That's true. But so it sounds like you're going to be in Cherokee. Or
We're
when are you going there?
Yeah, we're gonna go after the game Saturday night
Oh,
because
Saturday. Okay.
the game is at 3:30. So we think we can get to Harris Cherokee by 9, 10 o'clock that night.
Man, you guys are crazy.
We are crazy. But from Knoxville, it's only like an hour and a half drive.
Oh, okay. That I didn't really know what part of Tennessee Knoxville was in. Okay, well that makes sense. All right. Well, we'll talk towards the weekend because maybe I would make a Murphy run. I just don't know. I Sunday night is one of my nights that I enjoy going to Showdown.
Look, take the day off and just go to Showdown that night, honey. Keep the
Yeah.
pressure off,
Yeah.
and we'll figure it out to go to Murphy.
Yeah. And hey, Dana. Dana showed up.
Hey, Dana.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
No, we cannot. If you're on earbuds or something, you need to take them off.
Yeah, I heard it, but it was so faint.
Yeah.
Better?
Yes. Do it again, Dana.
Check,
Yep.
mic check.
Yep. We got
Yep.
you.
Okay, got to turn the dials.
Oh, yeah, that would help. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
I don't want to overshadow what today is. And, yesterday definitely has, as you all know me well, has definitely affected me deeply. I didn't,
We're talking about both, so go right ahead.
okay. I didn't follow Charlie. I unfollowed him a couple years ago. Actually, maybe a year. Because I thought he was just a little too not extreme, but I just, I'm a constitutionalist, and I disagreed with him on something. So I just unfollowed
Sure.
him and Turning Point, and life goes on. But I have always respected what he did. And that was, get in front of people and have uncomfortable conversations.
Yep.
Which, someone pointed out to me I've been dabbling in TikTok lately, and someone pointed out, would you have this conversation in person with the people on this panel? Or, are you just here because you feel safe? And I said, I absolutely would. I can have a conversation with anybody. It's just that I don't handle the aggression well. I don't like aggressive confrontation. I appreciate dialogue. And that's where I'm landing with
Right.
Charlie Kirk, is that he made the effort to have face-to-face dialogue. And then of course it sickens me, the outpouring of celebratory statements
Crazy. It's crazy.
and
Like, I've been trying to comprehend it for like the last 12 hours. Like,
yeah.
just shut up. Okay. Even if you are like popping champagne bottles, just shut up about it.
Mhm.
And just have
Yeah.
enough respect for those that are suffering at the loss, like his family. Have enough respect for
Yeah.
them to just shut the fuck up. Like, just shut the fuck up.
You said it. You said it. And like, is it our duty to tell them that? Like, the post I had was just about, there's no room for political violence, and I'm respecting his open dialogue and civil
Right.
discourse. and the celebrations on the left is all I mentioned. And then I said, you can't permanently silence people you disagree with. That is not how it
Yeah,
works.
that's right. How you handle it.
And I have received so many comments about people, validating the event,
Crazy.
and I just remove them. You know what? Call me a fascist, whatever you want. It's my page. I'll do what I want.
Right.
I heard your voice, Sherry.
That's right.
I'll do what I want.
Exactly. And guess
And
what?
I
Get the
don't
fuck
want
out of
those
here.
comments
That's
on the
that's right.
feed. So, anybody empathizing, sympathizing with the situation and the comment or the post, I left, and I've just been deleting the ones that don't and are
And
just flat
quite
out mean.
honestly, even if they said, "Hey, I don't like the guy, but I'm so sorry he passed away in this fashion."
Right.
No problem.
That,
Absolutely.
that's all
Yeah,
I'm
no
saying.
problem. I could care less if you liked him, hate him, whatever. My thing is, where's your compassion and empathy for the situation? And it doesn't,
Right.
and this applies to everybody. Everybody. If this happened to whomever, it applies. Absolutely applies, and we just have to do better. Like if you're having some kind of thoughts about, like, you think it's a great idea this happened, keep it to yourself. Nobody cares.
Yep.
Nobody cares. Like, keep it to yourself, whatever. But
And the same goes for, God forbid, anything to happen to somebody who represents the other side. It's
right,
not our place. I think it's, excuse me, it is our place to call out. You don't do that.
right,
Don't do that.
right. Absolutely. And it's really kind of a sad state of affairs because um what you conceive as perfectly, talented, smart people,
Mhm.
like this, was she a dean from Middle Tennessee University? Put out something. She got fired already for it.
Mhm.
And it's like, what are we doing here?
Yep. And that
You're in a
anchor.
position of power. Even if that's how you feel, you should not be making that public. You are in a, in a capacity with our students, and they should never hear your political views, your views on religion, your views
Yep.
on sexuality. Your students should never know your views on those topics.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Um, we've got in Hernando County. I'm on a community page there, and there's a woman that's being called out for celebrating
I'm
the Charlie
crazy.
Kirk. And I can't even say the word out loud. I can type it, but I can't say it out loud.
I feel you.
And then also there are people celebrating or conspiracizing, and the 9/11 today is for mourning and lifting up the victims and the families in prayer, and it's not for you to troll and to be a smart ass and all this and that. And I should just unplug from the internet today,
Well,
Sherry.
about 45 minutes ago, I said, when this space ends, I'm probably going to be off of social media for most of the day, unless I just absolutely have to post something. But
Mhm.
I absolutely said that about 45 minutes ago. It's just too hard. Like, you know, my son has been fighting with wildfires for the last 2 weeks
Oh my
and
goodness.
is coming home today. And he's a firefighter in direct result of 9/11, and he'll be the first to tell you that. And he's coming home on 9/11. And, mom, you never stop being a mom. Like, this is my kid out fighting wildfires. And the lack, he works in a station that is only maybe 30 miles away from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where firemen were falsely called out on a call about a month and a half
Mhm.
ago. And when they arrived, they were sniped and 2 of them lost their lives. It was an ambush of firefighters.
Mm,
My son works 30 miles from there, 40 miles from there. Like, it's rough. And for people to be purposely, targeting, firefighters, police officers, in this case, somebody that just is a political debater. Like, this guy was not harming anybody. He wasn't like threatening physical harm on anybody. Like, what do it's so hard to wrap my head around it because there's so many different ways, layers to it.
hmm
Like, what are we doing? And how do we stop it? And how do we, in this case, I think it was a well thought out plan,
hmm
where in other cases, I think it's people with mental illness, and there's a difference because it's a well thought out plan. To me, that reeks of, John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King planned. Was the government involved kind of theories? I don't know.
There was a government involved. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Um, but it's very difficult today. Like, this has hit me to my core. And it could
Mhm.
be I'm just a little emotional because my kid's been out in the fires. I grant you that
Yeah, and you
because
got a homecoming.
I just am, you know, a little overly emotional. Possibly. Robertson, how are you, pal?
Hey, John.
Just I'm on break. I'm editing photos, but I would stop in and see what you guys were chatting about. First thing I heard was you guys saying how much teachers are terrible.
We didn't say
That's not
teachers
what
were.
you actually said.
I was going to say, wait a minute. I have my kid's a teacher. My brother is a teacher. My sister-in-law.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me, John? Dana, speak up to him and see if he can hear you.
John, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Nope.
No.
We'll see him come right back in, I'm sure.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, I had to switch off the school Wi-Fi, so I
No
lost it.
worries.
Sorry. No, I'm just sitting
No
here edited
worries.
photos today, and I was trying to squash all the talk about it amongst high schoolers today.
Mm.
Okay, so why squash it?
Um, I
Why
don't mind
squash
them
the
discussing.
conversation?
Well, no, I was trying to squash the discussion that's graphic. I don't want them talking about the graphic
Yes.
nature. That's
Yes.
the part. Like, I guess I should have clarified that. Like, I understand them talking about their feelings and whatnot, and that's all fine, and we kind of addressed that. But
Right.
I don't want them talking about the graphic nature of the thing. The first thing I saw yesterday was the actual up close video before I even knew
Ugh.
anything happened.
Oh
And
my God.
I literally thought it was AI. Like, I thought it was AI. It looked like AI, right? And then I like looked into it. I'm like, oh shit, this is real. This actually happened. And it
I
was,
thought it was AI too.
yeah, like it really messed with my head a little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was
I
AI
knew it
too.
was real, and I didn't know it was coming. Like
Yeah, you're
uh,
yes.
all the other videos froze when he fell, and that's what you do. You're supposed to censor it, and there were other videos that did not get censored, and like
That's
especially I mean, everybody in my house is affected right now, like in some kind of way, and everybody I've talked to online so far this morning that is like who has empathy in some form or another is like it's just tragic. And then of course 9/11 on top of that.
Yeah, I was trying to explain that to kids too. Like, I empathize with the fact that like my mom told me about when she remembered John F. K. being assassinated back when she was
Mhm.
in high school, and like I always understood that it was powerful to her, but I never really got it. Right? Like I completely just never really understood it. And I told what kids and I were talking about. I was like, that's how I think you guys feel about 9/11. You've heard about it your whole lives. You know it's a big deal. You know it impacted everybody, but like you're never really going to understand it. Although the events of
right.
yesterday feel kind of similar.
Definitely feels similar because
Yeah.
it's a gut punch, right? It's a gut punch.
It is. Well, and like anybody the problem is there are so many people that have become so divisive and divided that they think it's okay to just laugh about people
That's
that they
where I'm
disagree with being harmed. And I'm like, there even if you disagree with them, Like, I don't want to see anybody that I disagree with be harmed. Now, if it's like a murderer or a killer, like I don't care what happens to them. Good, let them burn. But like, just I don't know.
Not for the differences of opinion, right?
No, no, not at all. Like if you've done,
Right?
yeah, like absolutely not. Like if
Those are
somebody,
two
Right.
separate things, right?
even if it's somebody who I agree with on stuff, if they're a murderer, then let them burn. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't care about
Yeah.
that at all. But I think that the problem is, regardless of whether you agree with Charlie or not, like, and I mean, because we already said I'm a teacher, I'm keeping my opinions to myself because like you shouldn't know whether I agreed or disagreed with him. But like, regardless, like his whole thing was trying to discuss and debate. So like when you want to just shut that down, if like you hate somebody debating openly and you're willing to murder for that, then you have issues. We need to bring back
Absolutely.
mental institutions.
Well, absolutely. I agree. And I'm always the first one that says, until we have a mental institution system in place, a lot of this stuff is not going to stop. Because right now, our kids that have mental illness are being seen by a doctor and sent home with their parents with a bottle of medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And those parents are not equipped to deal with that student. And they ask for help multiple times. They go to doctors, this doctor, that doctor, this doctor. And until that student does something absolutely crazy, do they find a home in a jail and off the streets. And it shouldn't get to that point. We need to have mental hospitals that provide long term care.
Well,
And
it's tough when we can't even have, rural hospitals stay
yeah,
open, regular hospitals stay open and run correctly. And so we've got to fix the existing and the prisons that aren't even run correctly. They're run as, you know, so and I agree that mental institutions have to, but you have to have some form of quality caregivers,
well, if we can build
quality places.
cancer centers, like in my town, there is a huge, I forget the name of it, something cancer center. It's one of like 10 or 15 in the nation. Um, we can build cancer centers. In Atlanta, we have one of the best spinal injury centers. We can build autism centers with long term care. We can build, you know, drug and alcohol rehab centers with long term care. We can certainly do mental hospitals with long term care. I just
Yeah,
believe that in my soul.
agree. I agree. It's just a matter of
Well,
figuring it out.
the other problem, and this is where I'm going to get probably slightly controversial, but I hope it comes across the way I mean it, not how. I don't know. Like we have to stop celebrating and encouraging and giving like people like I don't, and enabling mental illness and health too. Like we have to, we can acknowledge that you have something going on without saying like, oh, that makes you great. Um,
Yes.
like I don't want to. I don't know how to say it other than like because like I suffer or I have ADHD severely. I keep it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's nothing wrong with having ADHD, but I also don't think that it's something I want to celebrate and be proud of. It's just the fact that like I deal with it.
Well, and I think that, and I don't want this to come out the wrong way either, but I don't want anybody to become offended. This is just a general statement. And I think that sometimes people use it as a
No, I agree
crutch.
with that. I 100% agree with that.
And instead of, I mean, I don't need to know. Like, if somebody tells me in the first 6 months that I know them that they have something, and they tell me that 50 times, what's the
I haven't.
point? You've told me once or
Yeah.
twice, and I acknowledge and I am aware, and I will be respectful, and I will help you any way I can. But to me, when you're like, I don't know how to describe it, like it's using it as a crutch or an excuse. Um, Millions of people have the same thing, and guess what? I have other friends that have mentioned it to me once and never mentioned it to me again. And so I think that sometimes, and I think social media kind of
And it
has
has.
heightened that. Um, but I feel like sometimes those crutches are being used when, you know, maybe they shouldn't be. I don't know how to say
Have
it.
I told you more than once?
Well,
Hopefully, I haven't told you more than once.
No, 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 no. I wasn't
I'm
speaking
just
about
me
kidding.
too.
you, but
I'm
I'm
just
just saying
kidding.
in general.
No, I know. I deal with it all the time. Like I have students that do have ADHD, and we have to help them cope, and we have to help them with their needs, right? But I also tell them, I'm like, I deal with it too, guys. Don't use it as a crutch when you just fail at something. Say, oh well, it was this. Say, how do I overcome my hurdle, as opposed to just relying on it as a way out of things.
Right.
So,
Yes.
And
Yes.
just letting them know, in addition that, they have your support to
oh, of course,
find help, seek,
yeah.
because there are entities that are there in
Right.
place.
Absolutely. Well, and I
Right.
like to tell them, like, when you have, that's your hurdle to deal with. Like, we can all acknowledge it and we can all help you the best we can, but it's your hurdle to deal with. So, and life's not going to bend for you, so you have to find a way to make it work. Right? That's my thing. Like, and
And
support them.
don't use it as a crutch.
Yeah.
Like put it behind you in the rearview mirror. Like I acknowledge this is part of me, and I'm not going to focus on it. I'm going to focus on these other things that are way more important and are better for me to focus on.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tricky subject. Honestly, it's a tricky
Yes.
subject.
Yes.
And like, it's hard to help them understand that as teenagers and adults too, but like, I think
Oh yeah.
when they're coddled so much as teens and younger, it makes it harder for them to function when they get older.
Well, and unfortunately, COVID has, not made that better. It's made it worse because, you know, everything is, how many, for 2 years we heard of, oh, yeah, because of COVID. That happened to me because of COVID. Oh, yeah, that's because of COVID. That's how it affected me because of COVID. I mean, you had COVID once.
Well, I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying? And
to,
it's just like, but they were talking about the time frame of COVID, right? That they
yeah.
were in their house for 6 months or a year, or however many years they decided to stay in their house and not get out of the basement. But you know, you can't blame COVID the rest of your life. You have to just put that in the rearview mirror and say, hey, that was a pretty shitty time. And guess what? Move on.
Well, I agree with that for the most part. I do think that we had a developmental struggle when we had children at home for 2 years. So
Yes.
I think that, so
Yes.
like, until those kids are out of school, I'm going to be
Yep.
dealing with the bubble of children, and I mean, it's fine. We'll make it work. But I'm saying,
Yep.
but like, developmentally, that's terrible for those kids that were
Yep.
were in a specific stage when they had to stay home.
I'm talking about
No,
adults.
no, no. I know. I
Sorry,
I
I
just
was referring to adults, but I totally agree
you
with you because my son is an elementary school teacher, and he'll tell me he's like, you could tell these are COVID kids, mom. He's like, you could tell they're COVID kids. Like they don't know their numbers, their colors. He has kids the first day of school, kindergarten. They don't know their first name. How do they not know their first name? It's crazy.
it's just an interesting time, and we're going to be seeing the effects of that part for a while. But yeah, I agree with you on the adult side. Like, yes, I mean, I do think it messed with people's heads because there was a lot of fear put out there, and fear is a really
Yes.
powerful drug.
Yes.
But it is what it is.
Yes.
I'll let you guys.
100%.
You guys can get back to your discussion of the other stuff if you want. I just wanted to
Look,
jump in
dude,
for a minute.
this is anything goes time. Whatever you want to talk about. Dana, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
Not really. All we can do is just be positive and supportive and call out the unnecessary noise. And like like I said, I think I'm just going to unplug today because I feel like this duty to reply to people, celebrating yesterday and today, and it just grosses me out.
It is
So
very gross. And I'm going to tell you right now, save yourself. Don't reply.
yeah, I'm just deleting.
Yep. Don't reply. Just save
John, I was
yourself.
telling them that so social media, I'm a social media socialite, self-declared, as y'all know, and the TikTok puzzle was the last piece of the larger puzzle that is social media, and lately I've been dabbling in TikTok and have made some phenomenal connections there. And even been dabbling going live and have had some incredible conversations with people, I would never cross paths with outside my home, in my immediate area. And it's encouraging. It's been great. But I posted something about Charlie Kirk, and I've been getting bombarded with people celebrating, and I just delete the comments, and I started replying to them, and I left up some of my replies, but since probably 7:30 this morning, I've just been deleting them.
People suck.
And like I said, call me fascist, whatever, but this is my page, and you're not
That's
going
right.
to spew
Yeah,
this on my page.
your pages, your space to curate what you want. Like, and if you don't remove it, you'll just get more of it from the algorithm. That's why, like, whenever I don't know why, but my Twitter feed continuously gets stuff that I don't want, and I'm always having to just like hit the three buttons and not interested because I want to remove it from my algorithm. So same for TikTok.
Right.
Uh,
Yep.
I have. Oh,
And
go ahead.
oh,
No, I
go
was gonna say
ahead.
I have a TikTok page, but I barely ever post anything on it, and I try to limit myself to like 15 minutes a day of scrolling because it's so easy to just get sucked into doom scrolling on
Mhm.
TikTok.
God,
No
TikTok
kidding.
is so addicting. I love
Like I do,
TikTok.
I love it, but like I
I
have to limit
love
myself.
TikTok.
I do have to limit myself because it's just like dopamine addiction.
Yeah. And look at how much you learn on there. I've learned so much watching TikToks.
Oh, I actually like I have a bunch of pages I follow for like photo editing and graphics for schools and school
Yes.
marketing stuff. Like I follow
Yes.
like there's actually like I hate to like hate on it because there's so much good content in there, but it's the good content
Yes.
is peppered in with a bunch of nonsense garbage.
Well, and it's just time wasting, right? You're like, damn it, TikTok. I love you, but I hate you.
Yep. And they even have commercials from the TikTok account. Hey, you've been in here a while.
Yeah, when you hit one of
Oh, that's
those,
right.
you've been on there for a minute.
Yeah.
Well, they keep wanting me to go live. I'm like, nope, I'm not getting sucked into doing live on
Well, you have to
TikTok.
have
I do
don't
enough on
don't you have to have
Twitter.
1,000 followers on Twitter to go or TikTok to go live?
I don't know. They keep
No,
sending me messages,
you
so
go
I don't
live
know.
whenever you want. But you have to have 100,000 or 100,000. You have to have 10,000 to do certain things, but you have to have 1,000 before you can do TikTok shop. And like I said, I've been geeking
Well,
out
I
on it
only
a
have
little
like
bit from
300 or 400 followers because I don't use it very much. But I maybe I don't know. I will tell you that.
I
Oh, go
don't.
ahead.
Sorry, I
they
don't
have
even know how
0.
I have 300 followers because I literally have 3 posts on that TikTok account, and one of them I made last week. Literally 3, and I've been on TikTok,
Mhm.
I don't know, a year or so.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just have it because I like to scroll, not because
Mhm.
I want to do TikTok. And then they keep sending me these messages about going live, and I'm like, no, thank you. I'm already, tied into spaces, and the amount of time I'm on those, I'm good. I don't need to do another live broadcast somewhere.
Well, I have to tell you, I laughed last night because I popped into something because Barry was in it, so I just popped in to see what because I don't even get in spaces for more than like a couple minutes at a time anymore because we've talked about it,
Yeah.
but like one of the guys was like preaching about how all these horrible people who have these they get into toxic places like 4chan and this and that, and then I was like, you guys think spaces and or video game chats and whatnot. I was like, you guys think spaces aren't one of the most toxic places in the world? You guys are sitting here and
John's like,
like,
let me tell you, let me
no, I
set
didn't.
you straight.
No, I didn't even request. I just said on that note I'm going to bounce because
Oh, that's funny.
I think we all know that certain spaces are super toxic, right? I mean,
Mhm.
it's
Yes, dude.
That's why I disappeared from spaces, poker spaces for so long.
You're
Yeah.
not alone. I have a list. I started making a list when we started losing listeners. Made a list starting in 2023. Every time we would lose a listener because people are like, no, nobody's leaving. I'm like, are you kidding me? Think about this person. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? And then they would be like, oh, yeah, they don't come back anymore. Well, duh. You
Yeah.
treat people like crap. Why would they come back?
Well, we talked about I stopped coming in about at the beginning of this year. I was like, you know what? It's not as entertaining. Like I love several of you guys. Like I really do, and I love following what you're doing. But like, it's not worth coming in most of the time
I get it.
to
I
argue.
get it. Trust me, I've talked to many people. I get it, 100%. And I'm never. I hate it that it's been ruined for you because we've also had some great time and spaces. But I get it. I
Yep.
totally.
Well, I'm gonna hit the road, Jax.
Good chat with you. If you need to talk, call me.
I will do. Same.
Yep.
See you,
You bet.
Dana.
Bye, Karen. Bye, John.
Bye. See you guys.
Bye, you know who listening. My friend.
I don't know what that means, but
No, the person listening.
oh,
I
yep.
can't call him out. I gotta follow Sherry's rules.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's my buddy.
I can't see. Are you? Oh, you're talking about not shouting out to the Yoda down there.
Yeah.
All right, you could shout out to the Yoda.
Bye, the poker Yoda.
Bye the poker
buddy.
Yoda.
I like Yoda actually. I think every interaction I've had with him has been funny and interesting.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
for
if
sure.
I can't imagine him being a troll, but you never know.
No, he's not.
I know. I really like him.
He likes bringing people together.
Yeah, he does.
So.
He's awesome.
All right. Hugs to y'all later.
You too, honey. All right, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end a space because I do want to keep that promise to myself to get too much on here. And, life is short. And guess what? I'm going to go touch the grass. Well, or at
Hug
least
your
that's right.
baby.
Yeah, let's
Have a good
go.
Yeah,
homecoming.
tell your son hello and thank him for all his work.
Well,
Exactly.
he's not coming home to Georgia. He's going home to his home in Washington.
Okay.
But I will send the regards for
Send
sure.
him some
you guys.
love. See you later.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. Karen, have a good day, hon.
You too. Talk to you guys.
Bye.
Bye.